The colon, or large intestine, is part of your digestive system. It's a long hollow tube at the end of your digestive system where the body produces and stores stool. Your colon is the last portion of the intestines in most vertebrates and extracts water and salt from solid waste before flushing them out of the body. Common symptoms associated with a need to detox your colon. Symptoms of having a dirty colon don't usually go unnoticed. Here are some of them. Headache, bad breath, lack of energy and fatigue, heavy feeling, bowel inflammation, constipation, weight gain. Why should you detox your colon? Keeping your body clean isn't an option. It's a priority, given that you must eliminate toxins, bad fermentations, saturated fats, viruses, parasites, and fungi. This is why you should detox at least twice a year if you want your body to work as it should. 5 teas to detox your colon. 1. Fennel seed tea. Fennel seed tea has digestive properties that help protect your digestive system. Doctors recommend it in cases of abdominal discomfort or swelling. Ingredients: 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, 5 grams. 2 cups of water, 500 milliliters. 1 teaspoon of honey, 5 grams. Preparation. First, warm the cups of water, add the fennel seeds and bring to a boil. Then, pour into a glass and add the teaspoon of honey. Let stand for 7 minutes and drink. We recommend drinking it every day after lunch since it aids digestion. 2. Thyme tea. Thyme has cleansing properties that will help you flush out waste that can get stuck in your intestines. Also, this plant aids digestion, prevents gastric spasms, prevents gases, and prevents the retention of putrid substances in the intestines. This helps reduce irritable bowel symptoms. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon of thyme, 15 grams. A cup of water, 250 milliliters. Preparation. Boil the thyme with the water. Then, let stand for about 7 minutes and then drink. 3. Chamomile flower tea. Chamomile flower tea has anti-inflammatory and cleansing properties. It's a very effective natural remedy to relieve colon discomfort, gastrointestinal stress, gases, and indigestion. Chamomile has antispasmodic properties and is a mild sedative that helps calm the colon muscles. It also reduces gastric irritation and cramps. Also, it has antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and antibacterial properties. Ingredients: a handful of chamomile leaves, 10 grams. 1 cup of water, 250 milliliters. Preparation. Boil the water along with the chamomile leaves. Then, turn off the heat and let stand for 5 minutes. We recommend drinking this chamomile tea before bed. 4. Mint tea. Mint tea is soothing, digestive, keeps the intestines healthy, and helps them absorb nutrients properly. Mint leaves are rich in menthol and methyl salicylate. These are 2 active compounds with powerful antispasmodic and calming properties that act on the stomach and intestine muscles. They help relieve the symptoms associated with irritable bowel syndrome. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon of mint leaves, 15 grams. 2 cups of water, 250 milliliters. Preparation. First, heat the water until it boils. Then, add the mint leaves and leave inside for 5 minutes. After, turn off the heat and let stand for 5 minutes. We recommend drinking a cup on an empty stomach and another before bedtime. 5. Cascara sagrada tea. Cascara sagrada, Rhamnus persiana, is a plant with laxative properties. It helps strengthen the muscles of the colon wall, thus preventing constipation. Ingredients: 1 tablespoon of Cascara sagrada bark, 7 grams. A cup of water, 250 milliliters. Preparation: heat the water. Then, add the Cascara sagrada. When it boils, remove from heat and let stand for about 5 minutes. It's best to drink this tea before bed. Constipation occurs when you experience as little as 3 bowel movements each week, or you experience tiny and hard bits of stool that cause you agonizing pain while passing out of your body. Constipation is by far one of the most common and recurrent digestive problem all over the world, and according to statistics, nearly 42 million Americans deal with the painful symptoms of constipation each day. Even more surprising is the fact that women tend to suffer more recurrent episodes of constipation as compared to men. Before we begin, it is also essential to consume a mindful quantity of healthy carbohydrates, which aid in drawing in water, which softens up the stool and makes it easier for it to pass out of the body. And most importantly, it is essential to keep the body fully hydrated, because if you have a high-fiber diet that lacks sufficient amounts of fluids, your digestive health can worsen instead of improving. Now, let's take a look at the 7 foods you should strictly avoid when suffering from constipation. 1. Bananas. Bananas are packed with carbohydrates and heaps of fiber, and if you're constipated, you must avoid them at all costs because they have a tendency to help the digestive system hold onto food items instead of promoting bowel movements. Be sure to avoid unripe bananas even more strictly, for they can cause even more trouble. 2. Fried foods. Research reveals that high-fat diets make the digestive system more likely to experience blockages, because food items that are rich in fats tend to lack sufficient amounts of fiber. Moreover, a rich concentration of fats poses a lot of pressure on the stomach and takes a great amount of time to digest. Fats also require a longer time to become fully digested and excreted. On the other hand, fruits and vegetables get digested, absorbed and excreted within less than 24 hours. If you're suffering from the symptoms of constipation, it is highly advisable to avoid all fried, processed and packaged foods, along with foods prepared with oils and butters. 3. White flour. Carbohydrates always get a bad name when it comes to digestive health and constipation when they're actually quite gut-friendly, but when you're suffering from constipation, it is highly advisable to avoid eating white flour, and even fried foods that are battered with white flour. You see, white flour does not contain sufficient amounts of fiber, so if you are consuming white flour regularly without accompanying it with vegetables and fruits, your bowel movements are highly likely to become irregular. It is essential to switch between whole grains, high-fiber carbs and other grain varieties to keep a healthy variety of carbohydrates in your meal. Add them to your diet with tasty treats, such as wheat berries, oatmeal or farro. 4. Dairy. Most people believe that dairy triggers constipation, and research has proven that this is nothing more than an urban legend. Dairy products will only upset your stomach and digestive system if you are lactose intolerant. Moreover, the body's certain individuals cannot adequately process the sugar present within dairy and milk-based products, and they tend to experience the symptoms of diarrhea and constipation after consuming dairy products. Research reveals that nearly 65% people tend to have trouble in digesting lactose after infancy, and experts always caution patients who are suffering from constipation against eating any kind of dairy products because they are capable of triggering the symptoms of bloating and indigestion. 5. Tea. Here's some bad news for tea lovers. If you're suffering from the symptoms of constipation, be sure to avoid drinking tea. Even though most herbal teas and green teas tend to help alleviate the symptoms of constipation, tea tends to have a negative effect. You see, black teas are rich in tannins, which work to bind our stool together. Tea also contains a rich dose of caffeine, which often tends to help the digestive system by promoting bowel movements, but too much caffeine tends to dehydrate the body and cause a reverse effect. 6. Rice. Rice is an extremely beneficial food item that soothes the digestive system because of its lightweight texture that doesn't take a lot of effort in digestion, and passes through quickly. Rice pack up a mindful moderation of carbohydrates, but white rice varieties tend to pack up much fewer fibrous elements as opposed to brown rice, which tend to be much healthier. Experts believe that brown rice varieties are much more gut-friendly than the white ones. However, if you are suffering from the symptoms of diarrhea, white rice can help soothe your digestive system. 7. Apricots. Fruits are loaded with heaps of nutrients and a powerful dose of fiber. However, if you're experiencing the symptoms of irregular bowel movements, be sure to steer clear of apricots and foods containing apricots. The consumption of dried apricots can prove to be even more aggressive for your digestive system, because they tend to be more binding, and we all have a tendency to overconsume dried fruits as opposed to fresh or large fruits. If you manage to consume an excessive amount of fiber, it can cause serious trouble within your GI tract.